Yeah, we're live.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello. We're back.
We have returned.
With some podcasts. How are you doing? I haven't even really asked how. I haven't asked how you all are yet. So this is my first. How are you all doing? how are we doing today?
Who do you think you are, my therapist?
Oh, you can't. You don't have a therapist.
Yeah, you're right. I don't.
Yeah.
I think we all need one.
That's what 4 a.m.
Yeah,
conversations are for, right? Oh.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm
doing
okay.
right. Doing right.
Yeah. My climbing gym, they're building an outdoor wall again.
An outdoor.
So,
Is that to be like COVID safe?
yeah. Because they're not allowed to do indoor sports now.
I mean, I guess
See, that just wouldn't work in England because it rains too often anyway. You'd be able to use it a fraction of the
you
year.
wouldn't be able to climb.
You're just not allowed to use them in certain weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they did it last year, and it kind of worked. Yeah, just in the summer, but that was sort of a temporary one. And now it's more permanent. So who knows?
Well,
My
hopefully,
muscles are starting to atrophy, so I kind of need.
if everything keeps going the way it's going, mine will be open in 12 days. Nottingham.
Yeah, I might be going back to American football soonish, maybe. I got a meeting about it tomorrow. Like, who knows?
God, what's that like, having a country and a government that cares about
don't
vaccinating people properly? 2.4 million.
It's the one thing that so far they've been getting right in the past year.
It's because the NHS handles it, not the government. Yeah.
Also, you don't have to wait for the
self-rep there.
Yeah, self-rep. Also, I'm fully vaccinated now, so like in 2 weeks I can hug a person, but not.
We're still
like social distancing.
And most people our age aren't vaccinated and won't be for a good few months still, because we're like bottom of the list.
You're still able to like carry it, right?
Yeah, you can. You still have potential for carrying it and stuff like that. Just...
Yeah, of course. It only alleviates the symptoms, and hopefully it works.
Do you know that thing that they've been doing in the UK where like if people don't show up and their vaccine can be used, they just call someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're starting to think about doing that here now.
Oh, instead of just letting it.
I don't know what they've been doing. It's a mess. We're like one of the slowest countries.
Ross also works for a part of the NHS. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know really. I'm not going to say any more than that either. Anyway, he was visiting a centre for work, and they were like, "Yeah, someone didn't turn up. Do you want to just
get it?
Get it?
Yeah."
That's how he ended up with it.
Yeah. Annoyingly, I didn't get like any symptoms to warrant like on the second vaccination getting like enough symptoms to warrant like calling in sick for work, which was a real bummer considering I just had a week off and wanted that to continue. But
my mum complained about the same. She's just had her first, and she's like, "Yeah, my arm felt warm for about 2 hours, and that was it."
No, my mum complained for the first one. She's just got her second, similar to Woody. When she got her first one, she felt sick for like 2 days. She like actually felt sick. Yeah. But after the second one, she said she was fine within like a few hours.
Yeah, it was. Arm is a bit bruised, but like any vaccination.
Yeah.
I've had worse. I've broken bones. It's fine.
And also, if the trade-off is like you feel a bit sick for a couple of days, as like worst case or whatever.
The worst part of it was for me was the first time I went in there, I was just like excited, like I can't wait to get it done and everything. So they were like, "Oh yeah, just sit down, relax." I was like, "Okay, cool." This time, I don't know why, I knew exactly what was coming and everything. I knew how it felt. I knew like what it was going to be like. I sat down. She was like, "Are you okay? You look really tense." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, I need you to calm down your arm for a minute. I'm like, "What the
You like tensing?
Just ready to. They're like, "Yes."
Well, I assume you're all masked up, right?
Yeah, I was wearing everything.
Yeah. So I found the first time I gave blood was last November, and obviously at that point we were in the thick of it again. Everyone was wearing masks the whole time, and I found that they were asking me, like, obviously it was the first time, so there were a little bit where I was like, I don't know how this is going to go. I could be sick. I don't know really what's going to happen, but I wasn't tense. I wouldn't say. But the amount of times I got asked if I was okay, I realised it's just because they can't see your face at all.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can't read anyone's expression. All you get is like these dead, staring eyes, and someone's sat there giving blood, just like on a table, just like, yeah, okay.
Yep.
The weirdest part was like when she said, "Oh, I need you to like relax for a moment." I realized I was just like carrying a lot of tension and was quite tense up. I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough." But I was like, "Why did I tense up to that?" I've had clearly had lots of tattoos and had needles in my arm, and that feels like tattoos, and then somewhere down here is the vaccine, on a pain threshold.
A single prick.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I don't know what it was.
What would happen if you tensed up though? Like, would just blood just explode out of your shoulder?
You're just tightening your muscle. I presume it just makes it harder.
Yeah.
Not medical, don't know.
Yeah, not medical, don't know. I'm just gonna,
See,
as someone who works in the NHS in a non-medical profession, I'm going to give my best guess at this.
I don't know.
Could explode,
but we're also not idiots completely. I don't think blood will just come spurting out your shoulder.
No.
You know what? I'll see. I'll believe it when I see it.
So it probably hurt more.
I was gonna say
because
there was even.
It probably bruises more, right?
Yeah.
There is a bit of bruising,
Because it's like that whole thing that when you're like falling or in a car accident or something, like you're supposed to be as floppy as possible. Like people have fallen out of like 4th or 5th floor windows drunk and completely walked it off because they were just so totally loose. It's you tensing is what hurts.
That's what cats do as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You want to be the sleeping kid in the back of the car in a car accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just green light.
You didn't have to say kid. You could have just said sleeping person.
Yeah. Oh god. Everyone...
And he froze as I said that.
Yeah, he's with his big grin on.
At a moment.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, no, it's good.
That was some good timing.
Yeah.
You just started buffering.
Oh no.
Frozen.
Oh no.
Only for a second.
It's back now. Yeah.
We're good.
Oh no. Well, it's me in charge of this apparently, so I'll make sure everything's closed so that it doesn't need to be opened.
The man in charge.
The man in charge, apparently.
You finally got what he wanted in charge of the podcast.
I get all of this and I fuck it up immediately.
Fine, 2 weeks and 2 weeks from now, Kuhn won't be.
If only you had.
Slowly just gonna fade out.
Okay, I think I've closed everything I can and it's just improved. Not in the slightest, great.
Oh no.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
It's fine.
We'll be fine.
Kuhn, while we're talking, do you want to get your stuff set up? Just in case.
Just in case, yeah.
Just in case.
Just so we're prepared. But yeah, we're not here to talk about the vaccine all day. We do have a plan. We're talking about food today.
There's great time for late onion attacking my eye.
Late onion.
I wonder what happened.
Yeah, no, I was like, I've got onion in my eye. And it's like I cut them like half an hour ago. But now I'm crying from it.
At least it's not chilly.
Yeah.
At least it's
true.
not chilly.
At least it's not chilly.
Yeah, it's quite warm outside actually.
So to go back to a thing that me and Chris were talking about just before the podcast started, if you don't already, there's a YouTuber called Binging with Babish. Does really, really good videos on food. Makes a bunch of stuff from like films and TV shows and video games. It's really cool. He recently released a cooking set, and now we were talking about this because we both had a moment of like, yeah, we both saw this. Do we want to buy this?
Well, the answer is yes. I did want to buy it. The question is, should I?
So like me and Rebecca were talking about it, and like our plan now is we've got everything we need for the kitchen. We don't need anything else. But as things start to wear out, we're gonna go from like cheap stuff to better quality
permanent stuff.
Yeah, stuff that's gonna last.
I have a similar plan now as well. Is what I was thinking.
And I'm looking at the Binging with Babish stuff, and I'm like, it's like pricey. I assume it's gonna be good quality, right? Like,
yeah, it's kind of that stamp of trust, right? Because I've been watching his stuff for a very, very long time, and it, like you said, it did start out with his idea was just to make food from TV shows and stuff like that. But he's done loads of other things since then. I know there's just this air of trust, which I don't know why, really.
because he's popular and he's nice.
Well, there's like a commercialism to
He
like
probably knows.
chef lines, right? It's like, yeah, of course they have a line of knives or whatever. But like, I don't know what it is. I
feel like I feel like someone on YouTube would be more personally involved with the product they're selling, rather than the chef who's running a restaurant who's like, sure, put my name on it, do whatever the fuck you want, right?
Yeah.
I also feel like it has that thing of like, especially with YouTubers, is you've kind of watched them grow and develop. So like,
it's more personal.
It is. You've got that, like, you know what they do. You've seen how good they are. Like versus, the more famous chefs, and you're like, okay, yeah, but it was like one day we've heard of you.
Yeah.
Suddenly you have a TV show where you just shout at people.
It's great as well.
Yeah. But
it is great.
Yeah. No, I kind of want it.
So it's a cooking set. What is it? What is a cooking set?
It's more like a range. So it's like lots of different things. It's not just like it's not like you just pay one amount and get everything.
Right.
Like lots of
just a
different
brand.
Yeah, more kind of close.
Yeah, so he's like kind of marketed this as like his first, I guess, like wave of products, and it's all based on like the food prep. So you like knives, bowls,
whisks,
tongs, stuff like that, measuring cups and all that jazz. So it's a bit it's that stuff's more like it seems like he's going to be releasing more at a time, but you can buy it's all pretty much buy it individually. But it's like
it's closer to beginner stuff, right? It's not like it's nothing specialized that you only use for one specific type of thing. It's like big knife, slightly bigger knife, different sizes of bowls, measuring cups, with like it's the kind of stuff that you would use more often than not.
Yeah, like pretty much anyone should have in a kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say like spend more money on knives than you would on like pots and pans, because you want a good sharp knife. You know.
See,
I'd say like, if you get one that gets dull quickly, that's just.
In theory, if you know how, you can sharpen a knife, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so. Yes, you could, but you could also try sharpening a knife and destroy it without noticing it. Like
you will ruin it over time if it's a cheaper knife, right? But like, in general,
I mean, so I have a like really cheap set, and to to Woody's point, it came with one of those steel things that doesn't sharpen it technically, but it like takes off some of the imperfections, and that already really helps. But yeah, I don't know, like expensive pots and pans, like what's that gonna get you?
So like recently, I say recently, it's probably a couple of months ago now. Like me and Rebecca got a decent wok, because our one was like a cheap IKEA one that had fallen to bits, and it was the one I had at uni and stuff. The non-stick part of it didn't fucking work anymore, and it was just and yeah, we spent a bit more money than we normally would on like a wok or any like pan or anything like that, and it ended up being like just it's nicer. It retains heat a lot better, like Ross has said. It gets the non-stick has lasted so far. Like when I got the IKEA one, it lasted like, you could start to see it scraping away after a couple of months. And I'm quite a rough-handed person with that sort of thing, because I'm like, get the grime off, get it off. It must be clean.
So if you buy, when you buy a new non-stick pan, do you like just not use oil at all?
No. We'll provide like a lot of flavor for shit anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Because you see these like ceramic pans, right? In the infomercials, right? Like, yeah, you don't have to use any butter or oil or anything, and it just, I don't know.
So like
I never trust them.
I had a friend at uni who had Crohn's, and they couldn't have like a lot of oils and stuff like that for cooking and things. The non-stick, perfectly fine for that sort of stuff, and providing you clean it properly, like the non-stick will last, and it does the same job. You're just normally doing oils as like a flavor thing, or like you're frying something a bit more.
Yeah. Okay. one thing that I have noticed is that all my pans are starting to just like become completely black on the bottom.
Oh, that happens.
Yeah, I just can't seem to like clean them.
No, it's kind of just.
It looks kind of dirty. Oh, yeah, it looks like
There's supposedly various hacks of like covering it in shaving foam or lemon and salt and rubbing it on it. Supposedly they're supposed to help.
I mean, I have those I have like steel wool, you know, the steel wool sponges that have a little like some abrasive stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
But that is, oh God, it's such a hassle to actually clean with those.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's pretty heavy duty for just a frying pan or something.
The thing is as well, are you
you're
using,
going at
cheap as well. Yeah.
Are you using like an electric
and,
hob or are you using a gas hob? Gas. Okay.
Which would leave.
Yeah, it would because you know you've got the flame
Yeah.
directly touching it, or more or less directly touching it. So yeah, it's something that's going to happen. There's not too much you can do about it. Like, it's not going to make it less clean or anything like that.
No. Yeah, no.
So Ross has asked, is there a preferred type of hob? Is it gas, electric?
Depends what you're doing, right? Like, I guess electric just heats up a lot quicker, but you know, if you have a big wok and one of those big like wok hobs, you know,
Who the fuck?
Who the fuck has one of those?
Dude, so you can make. Okay, so I know someone, and they've just taken the entire like top of it off to use a regular hob as one of those like big wok ones, and it's just gas coming out of the top, like a flame that's like the size of your head, and he's like totally cool with it. And
nah, no.
It's like really cheap student housing as well, so everything's made out of like plywood and like carcinid.
Why the hell have they got that in there? Like, if you own a student house, what are you doing having gas cookers anyway? That's why, like, I've pretty much don't have a good answer for this because it's all been electric.
Have you always been electric?
Well, yeah, student for the past like since I moved out of my mom's house, like 2 student houses, both electric, and 2 houses or flats in both electric as well.
A lot of student housing here are just like old decrepit buildings that nobody wants to live in anyway, so they just like slightly fix them up. So they'll always have a
yeah, that's pretty much the same here.
Yeah.
Like student accommodation is bare bones, whatever the fuck they can get in there for somebody to live, which is usually why it's electric because electric's cheaper.
Yeah, and it's
the gas
a bit
the
safer.
gas
Safer.
The gas is usually like the gas hobs are already in there usually, like to hook them up.
I agree with what's going on in chat though. If you can
get
it, induction's the way forward.
I have
right?
no idea what the fucking induction hob is.
It's electric, right?
Is it just electric? Is it?
Is there a difference between?
So an electric one is just like heating a metal plate or a glass plate, right? So if you touch it, it's going to burn you. Induction, it like heats the thing itself.
The pan rather than
So you can like have a frying pan on really hot, like doing bacon or whatever. Take it off and touch the stove. You'll feel nothing. There'll be no heat.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
coils.
That just seems safe.
Coils.
Like, but I would then have that thing of like, obviously, like I don't know. Part of me, it's probably great. I don't know why. Like mentally, I would not trust that.
Oh, I mean, obviously, it's a good habit to not just
no. I don't mean that, but like, I don't know, like. Does the like where the heating element would be like? Does I take it that turns red, right? Like this is heating up.
I've only used one at a friend's house before, and I don't think it did. There's like by the knobs to turn it on, there were 4 lights.
Right.
Ross makes a good point as well. You have to buy special pans for them.
Yes, you do. You can't just whack any old.
It needs to be made of like specific material.
Yeah, that. I see. I've had gas here where we live at the moment, and electric up in when I was at uni.
Gas.
And The fuck's sake, Coon.
We were just moving past.
Yeah, we were just
Yeah.
talking. And I don't really care. Like, it's gas is fine. I can cook. I can cook. The answer: can I cook? Yes, done. I don't care.
It's not going to affect my choice of like moving. It's not something that's on my radar.
Yeah.
When I'm looking for somewhere to live, it's like it must be.
There's like, I think gas is something that's like it's not going to be in houses anymore in like 20 years or so, because everything's going electric. You know, your heating is going to be electric at some point. Just you're like, it is most likely already. I fucking hope so. Actually.
We still got a boiler. We still got a gas boiler.
Yeah, gas boilers aren't uncommon here at all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, no, you're right. But then, you know, a lot of houses are going electric, and I think it's on its way out, so you might as well get used to it. You might as well stop being afraid of the future, Woody.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of the
He's
future.
living in an old house.
I'm living in an old house. It's an old, like, everything's solid fucking brick.
That's the thing with England, though, is England's old as shit, and it's been industrialized for so long that some of these houses are just going to stay around. Like, nobody's going to... Your average person isn't going to just be like, screw this, we need to rip out all the gas fittings to make it all electric. Nobody is ever going to do that, like, unless they're forced to.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm getting new... I was going to say window, because I have one. But I'm getting a new one, and that's a miracle that they're actually doing that, because this building is like 600 years old or something. Well, so
I reckon this house is gonna out fucking love me. Like, it's solid.
Interestingly enough, the house that, like, my mum's house where she lives, where I grew up, we moved in there about 2 weeks after I was born, and we were the first people to move into that house. So that house is basically as old as me.
Oh,
which it will definitely outlive me.
Dude, yeah, same thing. My I moved in. My parents moved in the house where I grew up, like less than a year after I was born, and it was new as well. Fucking tripled in value. Since then.
Fuck people who could afford houses when we were too young to buy a house.
My mom doesn't own that house.
Yeah. So we wanted to talk about food, not necessarily, you know, amenities.
Yeah. Hazel, you just made a leaky potato pasta. No, pasta, soup. Soup.
Yeah, I'm halfway through making leaky potato soup.
Oh, so it's still cooking at the moment.
I've done the most of the cooking bit. I've now got to puree it, bit like mush it up, and then add in the cream.
Okay. See,
and the pasta done. Apparently.
Yeah,
and pasta. Yeah.
You could put pasta in it. You could use it as a pasta sauce.
I don't have a soup maker, Ross. Don't shout soup maker. I've got a pan.
So I do have a soup maker, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It was like.
How many times have you used it?
More recently, quite a bit recently, but that's because like where it's been winter and stuff, it's like soup season.
Yeah, that's fair. I can see that.
But I wanted to see if it. I'm unsure if I like it.
My mum loves hers.
I like making.
Well, cold soup in the summer, is that a yes or a?
That's a no. It's
a hard no for me.
That's a hard fucking no. Who the
definitely no.
Fuck
Hazel.
me.
Hazel likes it.
Why? Get the fuck out. Why?
Me in general, I don't like super hot or super cold. I like mid-range. What most
like
people would call lukewarm. Yeah.
It's not how you drink tea as well, is it?
I don't drink tea.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Make your dinner and then you just let it sit for 10 minutes and then eat it.
I used to do that with my hot chocolates when my mum used to make them for me.
Why?
Because they were too hot.
You don't just immediately take a sip of your drink, right? Like the moment you've made a hot drink, you don't just go. Immediately.
I know people who do that, but I'm not one of them.
No, you let it you leave it for like at least 10-15 minutes to like.
Mm-hmm.
That's no, not 10 15 minutes, like a couple.
For tea. Tea's
Yeah, for tea or coffee, like, well, I don't drink coffee. Tea, like, a minute, 2.
tea should
matter.
Yeah, no, I can. It's because I like the taste of things, and I can't taste things if they're too hot or too cold, because the temperature gets in the way.
So, like, when we're talking cold soup, what soup is the important? I think I'm also an important question.
I mean, that does matter.
Are we talking like cold tomato soup?
Split pea.
Like
I don't know.
Split. Oh,
It's
yeah,
what came to mind. I don't want to eat it, but
gazpacho is meant to be served like cold, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Temperature gets in the way. I agree, Alex.
Weird.
Nah.
Does that extend any further? Like with dinners, if you've got like a hot stew, does it have to go to like lukewarm before you can eat it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's one of those, like, you know, those memes where it's like you make dinner and then you sit in front of a computer and pick something to watch. Like, that is the perfect amount of time for me to then sit and eat. Because I basically know what I'm going to watch, but it's like being at the computer, going to YouTube and then putting it in. It's like, right, that's a nice temperature now.
Just blow. Just blow.
Yeah.
Just blow.
Woody.
What?
You can't just say that to a person.
I can't. Just blow. Just blow, Hazel.
Context is key.
You can say that to your fiance, not random people on the internet.
I don't think he can say it to his
I don't think I can say that to my fiance.
You say it.
No, I don't want to, Kuhn.
You could. Nobody's stopping you, dude.
Food.
Food, yeah.
Food. Yeah, because me and Rebecca made a leaky potato pasta soup.
So, just as I know it's leaky potato soup. My family calls it leaky tater. And that's what I was starting to write. And I was like, no, I'm going to get bullied for that.
No.
So if you went halfway and made it sound like you had...
Because I wrote leaky tater, and then I got rid of the tater, and I thought I'd got rid of the Y, and apparently I didn't.
To be fair, if you put tater, you'd have just got boil it, mash it, stick it in a stew.
Yeah.
Like, instead, there was no easy way out of that one.
No. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, we made one a little while back using the soup maker, and like, because you got to puree it. It's great for that. We are yet to try. We've tried puree. We're yet to try like chunky soups, and that's where I'm worried that the soup maker might be like fucking useless. I just can't, like, because all it does, it just has a fucking just a blade that goes about halfway down and then spins soup quick.
I'm with Ross on this.
No, fuck you. No, fuck you. Chunky soups are much better than smooth soups.
No, you're wrong.
Yes. That's what I'm doing with my soup. Because I don't really have a blender, so I'm gonna have to use a masher, and I'm sort of gonna half mash it.
I don't want to chew my drink.
Soup isn't a fucking
soup isn't a drink.
Liquid. It's liquid. I don't want to chew liquid.
Is soup salad?
So when you have
yes, it is. It's not a sandwich. It's
yeah.
So when you have soup, like you don't want any like bits in it or anything. Not like some bits of vegetable.
I wouldn't mind like bits of vegetable or something, but that's not chunky. So
meatball.
That's not how I would describe chunky.
You can't dip bread into a whole potato. That's not what I'm saying. But if you want a chunky soup, there's still a broth in there, you fucker.
Yeah, but I agree with what Ross is trying to get at, which I think is like, if you've got a thick soup and you dip bread in it, it's like not as satisfying. It doesn't soak it up as much as I.
It's more like a stew rather than a soup.
Yeah,
it depends.
Yeah, I'd be more inclined to like spoon it onto a piece of bread and eat it rather than dip.
Chicken noodle is just white people ramen.
So,
it kind of is.
So having meatballs in soup is a big thing here.
Okay, I can.
Tomato soup. It's meatballs.
No, you lost me there. I was like, okay, depending on the soup, I could see it. Like, if you're using.
Why would you not just make like marinara sauce and spaghetti or something?
Okay. That's like one soup, and they're tiny little meatballs. Meatballs.
See, when I think meatballs, I don't.
I was thinking like,
like
decent
chunky boys,
chunky ones. Yeah. Not single bite.
No.
Yeah, single bite makes slightly more sense. That's slightly more acceptable.
Yep. Soup's great. I have a big pot that I could use to make soup. I just can't be fucked. I can't be arsed. It was a fucking birthday present as well. I asked my parents for my birthday for a big pot. It's been in my closet, in my cupboard for 2 years now. I haven't done anything with it. There's more dust in it than there will ever be food in it, I think.
If I'm gonna get any like kitchen utensil that I don't already have, that I don't really need, it's probably a big ass soup pot. Like a big soup pot that you could make like portions to feed everyone.
At uni, one of the guys I lived with was French, and he had like this. It was like a slow cooker that could be used for stews and stuff, but it also was a bread maker and like a bunch of other things, and it was great. And we did not use it that often at all. But the one time a month when we like went and bought a bunch of rubbish and just made pizza out of whatever the hell, because you could make pizza dough with it, was great fun. And that's my useless utensil I'd ever get. I'd want exactly that, like bread / soup maker. I don't know what it was. Stew thing.
See, I've never been a fan of like slow cookers, but Ross has just brought up the excellent point of I could use them to make stock.
Love my slow cooker. Shove everything in the morning, turn it on for 8 hours, leave it, forget about it, come back to dinner.
If I'd known I was going to be working from home for the past year, I would have bought one. But when I'm going out to work and coming back, I don't really want to do that every morning.
Just order one.
One of those like big.
We're going back now.
Sous vide things.
Sous vide? What, like the water ones?
Yeah. I could get one of those. Get a steak in them. In there.
It seems like a lot of effort for a steak.
Yeah, they're like 120 quid as well. Like,
yeah.
They're not cheap.
And you still have to like put them on the grill at the end anyway.
Yeah, but just to sear them.
Well, I mean, you could eat it straight out if you really wanted to, but it looks horrendous.
Yeah.
You can do more with it. You can like cook vegetables in it. Can you? I don't know. You can make soup in it. Slow cook some soup.
Ross, I know they're fine to leave during the day. I would not want to.
It's the mentality of like I've left something on that is causing heat.
Yeah.
Get a fucking induction stove, dude.
Get an
induction slow cooker thing. Yeah.
Induction slow cooker. What about?
But obviously, being sat here all day every day, I wouldn't. Also, it's like I'm one of those people who I know how long it takes me to get out in the morning. So when I was in the office, it's like wake up, shower, wash, and everything, breakfast, out the door. There is no extra time there. Whereas working from home, it is like I would have that time to go and do bits back, whatever.
You can check on it, make sure it's not like
exactly.
Yeah, no, I kind of want a rice cooker. Kind of want a rice cooker.
I was recommended that by one of my workmates actually.
So was it by any chance?
It was Nathan. Yeah. He was like, it's the best thing that he owns.
So a rice cooker compared to just cooking it in a pot. What's the difference there?
He just says it's way better. It's easier, and it just makes better rice because there's no human element. You literally measure the rice, measure the water, hit a button, and then you just get good rice. That's it. He was like, if you ever get anything, that's the thing you get.
Cool.
What's everyone's like cooking comfort food? So not one that you just go out and buy or anything like that. Like one that you cook that always like, no matter what, you have it and you're like, good shit. Good.
Beef stew.
Beef stew.
Take out.
No, that's not what...
He doesn't cook.
He doesn't.
I do. Just a burger.
Frozen food doesn't count.
A burger.
Just a burger. Yeah. I see. That's what I like to like experiment with because it's never not going to be good. You know, you can't mess up you can't fuck up a burger.
Yes, you can.
I mean,
yeah.
According to Rachel, if it's a cheeseburger, it's fucked.
Fair enough. No, you can just experiment with it, and it's most likely gonna end up at least edible, right? Like it's if it's like a whole process of like figuring stuff out, and you're not sure how it's gonna taste in the end,
I suppose like you can mess around with like seasonings and stuff like that. You can mess around with like toppings that you put on a burger. Always have the crunch of lettuce.
Yeah. I did some. What do you guys call it? Is it arugula?
Or what?
Arugula.
I recognize it, but I feel like that's the American name.
Yeah, I'm never sure. What's the other one? Rocket?
Rocket.
Rocket? I don't know. I don't know your words.
Salad?
No. Rocket is in like the crappy like leaves.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, rocket
And,
is right.
added some, thank you. And some pine seeds. And some truffle mayonnaise. It's like a
God,
carpaccio.
that is the most like middle class thing I think I've ever heard come from your mouth.
Yeah, that's true.
Truffle mayonnaise.
There's a burger place here that does carpaccio burgers.
What does that mean?
Those are great. Basically what I just told you.
What he said. Yeah, that kind of stuff in it. Fancy burgers.
Fancy burger. Middle class burgers.
Rachel, your poll.
Like,
Has she made a poll?
Okay, this poll isn't really. This isn't fair.
This is.
Can we follow
Rachel's abusing her power because she's wrong.
I will agree. On a special menu, a cheeseburger is not special unless you add like all the extra stuff in.
No, it could be.
But then that's a cheeseburger with extra stuff. Just a normal patty with the cheese on top is not special.
If your burger meat, your patty is good enough, if you have a special, really good, locally sourced beef and really good cheese or something, it can be special.
Right, here's my thing.
There's so much more to this. This argument's been going on for like
so
8
the
months.
argument is that you shouldn't be able to call a cheeseburger a special. Like if you own a restaurant and you market your like special burger as just a cheeseburger. Like
so the how it came about was Rachel said if a burger restaurant had a specials menu and on their special section was a cheeseburger, it's a bad restaurant immediately. That was the argument.
No, I don't agree with that bit.
I think if it's a burger restaurant that has a cheeseburger on the menu, I don't think that says something about the restaurant. That says something about that cheeseburger.
Yeah, I'd assume it's a really fucking good cheeseburger.
My thing is, if I were to go into that restaurant, try the cheeseburger as that they've marketed as a special cheeseburger, and it's just average, I'd burn the place down.
That's so felony.
You don't deserve that restaurant if you're calling an average cheeseburger a special.
Yeah, when somebody says cheeseburger to me, I think like a McDonald's cheeseburger. Like, so if I see like just cheeseburger written on the menu, I think McDonald's cheeseburger, and like that is not special.
But right, that ain't like... special. That's not what that place would serve you, I'd hope. If they do serve you right, it's a crap restaurant. But the point was, Rachel was judging the restaurant immediately because on the specials it was a cheeseburger.
As long as it's got like other stuff written, like it's a special cheese or it's got like this specific thing in it. Like if it describes it a little bit more, that's fine.
Truffle mayonnaise.
But just cheeseburger, that is not special.
No, you don't have mayonnaise on a cheeseburger. What the fuck?
No.
It depends. Oh, you wouldn't just have plain mayonnaise on one.
But truffle mayonnaise.
That is different though.
Comfort food though, because this argument is never getting fucking resolved anyway.
No.
Yeah.
Comfort food. Mine is lasagna.
Oh.
I really like cheesy lasagna as well. Like you know, to the point where you can like tap the top and there's like a little bit of a crust on it as well from where you've cooked it just right.
Should we go back to another old argument?
Oh fuck!
What?
No.
Okay.
See, I think it depends on.
Ross is there already. Ross is there.
In the chat already. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
No. But if you get too stacked, do they become what?
It depends.
It's one.
It's one.
It's one.
No, shut up. If it's like a crunchy
I disagree. It's two.
Right? Yeah. Well, if you just do a plain lasagna where the top is just the lasagna leaves, what do you call it?
Lasagna leaves? Layers, you mean?
Layers, thank you. I mean,
pasta sheets.
Sheets, thank you. That is a different translation for the word that we use in the Netherlands.
See, okay. The reason I think it's two, because we're already here, is because if you've got one and you put cheese only goes on the top, right? And so if you get a second one and you put it in. No, because the layers on the top is different. It's not the same as every layer in top.
That's what I was
in
getting
the middle.
at very slowly.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you take 2 of them and put them on top, that different layer is now in the middle, which makes it
Now,
2 rather than
If
1.
you take the
One big one would be making one big one.
If you take the first one, flip it, and then put the second one on top of that, do you have
sandwich?
You
sandwich,
you have a cheese crust sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Let's do it. And then the cheese on the sides as well. Have a little break of lasagna.
No. Yeah, no, you know what? You've convinced me, Chris. I'm now on the side of it's 2 separate lasagnas.
It's 2.
It's
right?
2 separate lasagnas. Yeah, because it has a definitive like top, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a definitive difference. But yeah, my comfort food I was going to say would be chili.
Chili.
Out of the argument again. I feel like that'll be unsurprising to you 3, I imagine.
Yeah, no, it's chili is like one of those ones. It's piss easy to make. It's like it's a tomato sauce that sort of eventually splits off a bit.
I like it because it's easy to change bits as well. Like, you're right, it isn't exactly a difficult thing. It's pretty much just one pot. Just add things as you go. But, like, you can change and add lots of things to it and go with it.
Yeah.
Have good. And then it's just comfort. It's quite heavy, or it can be quite heavy. And you just kind of get that feeling afterwards.
Do you have it on its own with rice? Like, how do you have it?
A bunch of stuff. Usually I'll have it with rice and something else, maybe, but it depends. Usually rice though.
See, chili for me was like that bit that, like, every couple of weeks my mum would make this big old batch of chili, like just put most of it into a bowl, serve it in the middle of the table. We'd have like wraps and like, if you wanted rice and like Doritos or like an equivalent, because who the fuck wants to buy Doritos when there's cheaper versions? And
Tortilla chip.
Yeah, and like cheese and like sour cream and stuff like that, and you just make burritos with it, and it was great. That like I don't like
for the Super Bowl. I had like the tortilla chips and stuff with it when we were sat watching that. A bowl of chili.
Yeah,
chips.
I had some quesadillas tonight. Those were good.
Yes, it is.
Lovely. A bit of a hassle to eat though, because there's no real way to like hold them properly.
Just use a knife and fork.
Shut your mouth.
Just
don't.
Simple answer.
No. You can't enjoy it.
Since we're on the sort of like Mexican food side of things, hard shell tacos. People's opinion?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I fucking hate them.
They're fine.
I would prefer soft shell.
Yeah,
they're better.
But fine with it.
Hard shell tacos, they just like, you take one bite and often like way more breaks off than you want to, and then you're left with like half of it like dangling off your hand.
Yeah. We didn't get to Hazel's
Hazel's comfort food.
Yeah.
I was straight in there.
You were.
That was beef stew.
The first person who said it, yeah.
Yeah.
Beef stew. Why beef stew?
Beef stew.
We just didn't get to the detail.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always, it's not just like a comfort food, like taste wise and feeling wise, but it's quite a nostalgic one as well. Like it's always a really like I really like vegetables, and so being able to like move around all the vegetables and stuff, and then a little bit of like the beef in it as well, when it like falls apart and it's really nice and really soft and juicy, and it's like and then really good dumpling on top as well that's slightly stodgy.
I was gonna ask, like, are you a dumpling in your stew person? And
Yes.
like, if so, is it bigger than the bowl?
I do the little individual ones that are like bite size.
Oh, okay. So you have
And then you
more
just
than
get like a spoon and just straight in.
right. So you go for the multiple little dumplings over like the one big dump.
The big boy.
Yeah.
It's homely. Stew is probably a second.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Stew
beef
was
stew,
like it's a winter food. It's like that warm, like hearty meal.
It's good.
It's good. Like we a little bit, if you want a bit of heat, a little bit of Tabasco sauce for me. Oh.
I did a huge amount once for a student lunch for my church. So it's basically at the beginning, sort of very briefly what a student lunch is. The first couple of months of the uni term, churches will generally do something called a student lunch, where after the church service, you go back to somebody's house if you're a student, and you have lunch, so then you can like talk to people and get to know people and whatever. So I hosted one and did a stew. I ended up having to do 3 different types of stew because I did a normal one, a vegetarian one, and a gluten-free one. Because I had all those and everybody was like they cleaned me out because they just kept coming back and back and back, and I was like, I want more, and it's like I haven't got any more. I'm sorry.
You know your cooking's good when you are out of it. Like if people are asking for more, if people like, or if you've got none left, even after you had leftovers, like you made a good meal.
It's like I did it with breadstick as French stick as well. It's like chop that up. And then sort of nice thick layer of butter on the top to dunk in. It's like it's just so good.
I like that like a common denominator between all of ours is like they're not the most complex things in the world to make at all. You can like add your own things to them and stuff, but like they're all just foods that you can make quite comfortably, easily, put your own change in if you really want to. And they're all ones where you hear it and you're like,
the second one I was going to say would just be pasta. You know, just a good, you know, good, like marinara, or you know, it's good.
I think.
See, on the opposite end of the scale, I was going to go one that a really nice comfort food that I don't have to sit and make, and it's very carb heavy is hash brown wraps.
Yes, that used to be mine and Rebecca's breakfast for so long. It was like was so unhealthy, but like oh my god,
a little bit of brown sauce in there.
That's the
that's a bold answer.
You've described a dish that I have no idea what to think of. As the resident foreigner here, hash browns.
Brown sauce.
You know what a hash brown is, surely.
How do you? It's just potato, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like grinded up potato, like some other bits and bobs with like a fried out inside.
Wrap the potato, or do you use the potato to wrap?
No, you get a tortilla wrap, and you put the hash browns in, wrap it up, maybe a bit of sauce if you want a bit of sauce.
It's good.
If brown sauce.
If you've got sausage meat, that's a great thing to whack in there as well.
If you're feeling extra spicy, put a little bit of chorizo in there.
Ooh.
I've not done that before.
Chorizo.
I think one of the big things for like our meals as well, like you said, they're all very simple. They're all very like easy to make. You can have your own twist to them. It's just like it doesn't have to be super complex. You don't have to make like this amazing steak with like you know some amazing potatoes to go with it and some like you know really funky sauce or whatever, or your fucking truffle mayonnaise. Just to make a good meal. It just simple things like you get your crowd pleasers pretty easily, and like you can't really argue with it. And
one thing that I'm sorry.
No, go on. I was just gonna say there's like always room for like tweaking and trying new things with those meals.
One thing that I do like to make, which you guys might not have heard of, which is there's a lot of Indonesian influence here in the Netherlands because of colonialism and other bad things. And it's called Bobby Ketchup.
Sorry, Bobby Ketchup.
So I think the first one means pork, and then ketchup it's like a salty sauce, and it's just really like it's basically just like it's not really bacon, it's pork, anyway, pork belly, but like cooked in this really like thick salty sauce. It's so good. You can make it like spicy and put some ginger in there as well.
I mean, it sounds good.
The other Indonesian thing is what's it called again? I forgot the name. That's dumb. Sambal, which is it's basically just like ground chilies, but there's like some garlic in there as well, and some salt. And it's like adding chili, but also just a bit extra. Just that little garlicky, salty flavor to it as well. It's really good. Like if I want to make something a bit more spicy, I'd rather add that than like chili or like Tabasco or something. Just a bit extra. It's good.
Maybe once we can travel again.
Yeah.
actually get to try some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, it's God. I really want to like have you guys over and eat some random food here that you've never had, because we get weird with it, especially when it comes to like fried stuff. It's yeah. That's another thing. We still have the so we still have have you guys ever seen one of those walls that you just put a coin in and you open a little door, you can get some food, get food from it?
Seen them, never tried them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
never tried.
that's really common here still, but just for like fried goods.
All right.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
It's like
We're a greasy bunch.
easily my favorite part of traveling is food. Like all the fucking
It's up
sights
there.
you can see, but like if you
Oh, what's that? Oh, what's
yeah
that?
yeah because you can only try so much unless you're fat.
Yeah.
Like definitely not like the most like Italian food I've ever had, but like when we went to Rome, like on the breakfast menu they had like so many good sounding foods and stuff like that. Last day I was just
they weren't the most Italian foods.
it was like pancakes or like an omelette or something like that.
Yeah, omelets and waffles.
Yeah, but it all sounded really good. I was just like, I just want to try this place's food, like, or like, because like one of them was like a, oh, what was it? It was like a tagliatelle, like omelette, and I was like, oh, I really want to try it. I ordered pancakes and a fucking omelette, and it was the best
Yeah,
decision I'd ever made. Just because like I was realized I wasn't going to get a chance to try it all.
It was so much food.
It was so much food.
Also, street food as well. Like
Street food.
some people give it a bad rap a lot of the time. They're like, "Oh no, I don't trust it." That kind of stuff. Man, have I had some good street food in Asia. Holy crap!
It really depends on where you are, right? Because
I guess it probably does, but like Thailand, Korea, and Japan all have had fantastic street food.
Yeah.
Like so good.
I think most places like you can find street food pretty easily, and like it's just great. Like it gives you an idea of what everyone eats, because at the end of the day, like a lot of like people in that country are going to be eating that shit because it's just there. Like they're on a day out, they're going somewhere or something like that. They'll buy that.
Yeah,
it tends to be an easier way to get a small taste of local stuff, basically. Yeah.
See, that's the thing about the Netherlands, is that we don't really have we have a Dutch cuisine, but that's never something you'll see in like a restaurant, because it's really like bland and plain. You wouldn't see like, I mean, I don't think you'd see an English restaurant, right? Or like,
no, I think I've seen
pub grub.
It's pub grub, yeah. I've seen it. I saw an English pub when I was in Japan, and we walked by it and looked and was like, I'm not going in there. That's fucking dumb.
We saw an Irish one and we were like, let's see what it's actually like. And it's just like, got all the crap plastered around the walls and everything. And then they've got Guinness on tap for an extortionate price. It's like absolutely ridiculous. We walked in, had a bit of a giggle and left. We were like, no fucking way. Not a chance.
I mean, so now you know how I feel when I see Heineken in your store.
Yeah.
Price.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it was like seeing that from like the other side of the planet, though. Like I could expect to see that in somewhere like America or like a European country or something, but seeing it in like Asia was just like, okay.
Yeah.
It was one of the things I hated when I was at uni and we went to Germany. Everybody, their favorite pub was the Irish pub, and they're like, "Oh, let's go here," and I'm like, "No, we're in Germany." And like whenever we went to a restaurant or whatever, they had like all the very English food, and I'm like, "Try the other stuff." And they're like, "No, I like this stuff," and I'm like, "But you're in Germany."
It's the same thing you've been eating for however many years. That's what.
Yeah.
You're in Germany. Get a schnitzel.
I went down, and anytime that we were at a restaurant or whatever, I'd always try and get at least one thing that is like, I've never had this before, or like this is a delicacy here or something. And like some of it I didn't like, but some of it was great. It's like I don't mind, because like that's what I'm staring at rocks all day. I want something interesting for dinner.
At the end of the day, like what's the point in going somewhere and going to a restaurant where they serve things that you might never have tried, and then just getting what you normally have.
Like pick random stuff. Like you're planning on some of a trip to Japan next year, and like one of my favorite things one of the favorite places I went while I was there once was a little place called Otosan's, which means granddad's, and it's literally run by this old man by himself in this tiny little kitchen, and there's like 4 2-person tables in the entire thing. Doesn't speak a word of English. The menu is like handwritten, all Japanese, and I had some passable Japanese at the time. Like I could read bits, but wouldn't like vocab wasn't great, and speaking wasn't great. I don't know what the hell he was doing. It was that one.
Sure. Fuck it.
Yeah. Doing that kind of stuff is great because you never know what you might find, and it's just really nice.
Only time I have to be like aware of that is I'm allergic to mango.
Yeah, so, dietary stuff. I get. I don't have any of that, so I guess I'm.
Thing is, Japan
free.
Like I'm pretty much sorted. Like most meals are not gonna have anything like that. Like
no.
It's like here if we order like a curry or something like that and you get like the mango chutney or anything like that with it, and Rebecca just can't order that shit now. Like on the rare occasion she's just like, sucks to be her.
Mango chutney's so good as well. How do you give that up?
How did I give that up?
No. How did she give that up? She can eat it still. She just doesn't for your sake.
No. So it's like
between you and mango chutney, and she chose wrong.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, she does occasionally like mango things. Just doesn't go near me afterwards.
Yeah, you just gotta stay away for a bit.
If she's ever annoyed with you, she could just buy a mango and just.
I was about to say, like when she's definitely absolutely wants like time to herself. I'm like, that's all right. About half an hour ago, I had mango for lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just leave me alone.
Bite into a mango, then kiss me.
Mango on the doorknob. Goes to the bedroom. Mango on the doorknob.
She has an emergency mango safe.
just in case.
It smells because it just went bad.
We do have to be careful though, because one of our friends did get given apple and blackcurrant juice for one of the times that we were together, and that said friend is allergic to apples. Just not thinking about it because there are a group of us and we'd done a big shop or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's this moment of realization, which was like, shit.
It's lucky for me that isn't that common of a food. Like it's common, but not like everything can have it.
See, I'm not allergic to anything. I don't think.
Oh, lucky bitch.
I'm not aware of anything either.
Not food wise.
I get nauseous if I eat like too much egg, but I still do.
Yeah.
I had like 3 eggs for breakfast this morning, and I was done with it. I was like, ugh. I was like, "We'll do it again tomorrow."
Pussy. My like recent thing is because Rebecca's lactose intolerant, a lot of the stuff I eat is just dairy free because it's easier and I don't care that much.
You don't want to buy seconds of everything, right?
Exactly. Like it's just more. I'm fine with the almond milk. I'm fine with like Vitalite butter or whatever.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because it isn't.
It isn't. It's margarine. I'm fine with that stuff, but like I realized that like, what is it? Like, me and Rebecca did a thing, and I bought her some cheesecake. That it's like the one thing that she will like destroy herself to eat. Like every lactose intolerant person has that one thing that they are willing to release their bowels for.
You can make vegan cheesecake.
Yeah, it's not the same though, is it?
Basically the same.
No, you're wrong.
I mean, I've had it. I know. So I have a vegan friend, and I try not to go near her. No, she made a vegan cheesecake for her birthday once, and that was, I mean, it was really close. Like you could barely know.
You're still saying it was really close. Still not there, is it?
It was a bit saggy, but flavor wise, it was really good. It was basically the same thing.
I've had vegan cheesecakes and stuff like that before. They're really good. They're just not the same. But like we had that yesterday, and like afterwards, my belly was like, I was like, has the lack of lactose affected me?
You're extremely lactose tolerant. You're lactose dependent.
Oh no. But like from what I seem like, it's a common thing of people who haven't eaten meat for a long time. If they go back to eating meat, they can't just go like, I have a rack of ribs. They have to like ease.
Yeah, you have to
into
ease
it.
your way back in. Yeah.
Colon can't handle it, right? Like it's very like tough, right?
I've got no idea what causes it. But...
Fuck knows. I just know.
I'm getting the same way with dairy. Like I don't have that much dairy, other than like chocolate and cheese. But even that, I'm
Milk,
just not having that much.
Yeah, with chocolate and cheese and a gallon of milk a day. And...
I don't drink milk. I very rarely have milk in the house, unless I'm doing something like a cheese sauce or I'm baking.
I go through phases when it comes to milk. I found for some reason, I'll either like don't drink milk for like months, and then like I'll drink like a glass of milk every morning for months. I have milk phases.
Drinking just a straight glass of milk is disgusting.
Yeah. Shut up.
It's grim.
Milk's good.
I mean, I don't think it's grim, but like, I don't want to do it. Cereal and
I don't
it's
get
all
it.
for tea. If there's milk in my house, it's for tea.
I don't get it. Milk's great. Milk's really good. It's good for you.
You have reminded me I need to buy milk though.
If you strong bones.
When we
Unless
we
you're
were
lactose intolerant.
when we had like workers in the house doing some plastering and stuff a couple of months ago, it was like the first time it was the day that they were due to come, and we were like, so we've got coffee, we've got tea, and then we were like, and we've got milk, and we were like, oh no, we actually need to get milk, like real milk. These people aren't gonna accept like almond.
They won't
milk.
notice.
Oh no, there is definitely a taste difference.
100%.
They'll just think
No,
they're
you
bad
definitely
coffee.
notice.
Yeah.
I once made someone some coffee who came like and going to like do some work somewhere around the house here, and I completely forgotten that sometimes people take milk and sugar. So I made him the coffee. I handed it to him. It was like, "Do you have milk and sugar?" I was like, "Oh no, I don't." Oh, well, I don't want it then. Oh, well,
I guess I'll have to.
I guess I'll have to. I smelled colors that day. I could see sounds.
That's on you. You can pour it down the sink.
Yeah.
No, because I'm a student. And
yeah, that's fair.
No, he's got a point. He's got
but also, if you say like you can't taste the difference, you've definitely never worked in a coffee shop, because if you ever tried to give anyone who asked for like almond milk or something the wrong one, they'd fucking crucify you.
Can confirm.
You run that risk of like either the better end of it is they're just lactose intolerant. They go, oh no. The worst end of it is they're vegan.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Which one's more likely to yell at you is the thing. The person that you might have just killed, it tends to be calmer than the person who chooses not to have it. Is the irony there?
It's because they realise what's coming and they're like, I have to mentally prepare myself for that.
you might be right.
So that vegan friend I was talking about, one of her other birthdays, she just made a whole like vegan meal, which was all really good. But then we went out, like we went out.
Everyone immediately bought barbecue ribs and chicken.
No, like we went out and we were just like in a bar somewhere, having some drinks, and then her boyfriend and me were like, we're really fucking hungry, so we went out like in the middle of the night, as in like the night hadn't like wasn't even close to like ending. We went out, had a kebab, and then
it wasn't the end of the night kebab or pizza.
No, it was in the middle of the night, which sucked because then we went back. We were like,
God, yeah,
it sucks.
There's a reason that comes at the end of the night.
Yeah.
It's just pure padding for you to then pass out and not deal with any of it.
It was so bad. And then like stacking beer on top of that as well.
Fuck that.
Beer on oil, nice.
What's your go-to drunk food? Like you're on your way home from a night out, you'll
kebab and chip.
Kebab and chips. Yeah. Kebab and chips. Kebab and chips. Hazel?
I've never been in that situation.
Well, okay. Lockdown ends. We'll go out. We'll make you choose a drunk walk home food.
It would probably be chippy, to be fair.
Chippy?
Yeah.
I can see that, but chippies are never open that late. Like, The ones near me are closed by like 9 o'clock.
No, the ones where I grew up and stuff, they definitely were still open. You get your chips, cheesy chips, or whatever from there.
The ones here get like most of their weekly income from nights where like.
I mean, the good ones close at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, but that's you don't care at the time.
Yeah.
You just want carbs.
Yeah.
That would mean they close at like 4 or 5 a.m. here.
Depends whereabouts you are, but yeah.
And anywhere near like town centres or stuff like that, any of those places are going to close.
I don't think the ones in Birmingham close. I've not been out that many times in Birmingham, but the few times I have been, they're just like open. I don't actually know.
Yeah.
Maybe they close from like 7 a.m. until like midday or something.
There was one place that I went to at uni on a like after a night out, because it was either one of two places. It was Subway, because it was next door to the club we went to, which would then also I'd buy two, one for that then and one for the hangover the next morning.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then there was this other place. It did like, you know, it was like a kebab shop. It did fried chicken as well and things like that. I'd always go out my way for it because the food was really good. It was suspiciously cheap. It was
okay.
It was like you know,
it was
like £4 for an extra large kebab, or like I think it was like for what was it, a big portion of chips, like some chicken wings and like a proper sized chicken drumstick. It was like £2.50. It was worryingly cheap for like the amount of food you got. Never felt bad afterwards though, so I was like, how?
Do you think they just go out in fields and take cows?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, there's something suspicious going on here.
There was that place in Wales that we were at, and we were walking past a takeaway that had been closed down, and the person we were with who was from there was like, "Oh yeah, they got caught serving seagull."
Oh, how long I want to know how long it took them to figure that out. Because,
Yeah,
like, it must have tasted good enough, right?
Right? I mean, it's gonna taste like chicken. Who cares? I'd eat a seagull. I would rather have a seagull on my plate than in the fucking sky trying to take my food and shitting and everything.
I disagree.
I think we should eat more seagulls.
Yeah, got to use that local, the local wildlife.
Yeah. Locally sourced seagull.
If it's
I'm fairly certain I've read many a report about a shop on the Curry Mile using rats that they found.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Sorry,
heard that one.
The Curry Mile.
Yeah, the Curry Mile. Yes, so it's not actually a mile. I think it's a half mile, but obviously mile. But yeah, it's the Curry Mile, and it's basically full of like all those curry shops and stuff. Some of them are really good. Some of them kind of sketchy.
Where is this?
Some of them fronts Manchester.
I've been to
I used to live just
once.
behind it.
Yeah, there's a very similar thing in Birmingham as well, which is unsurprising.
I was going to say, Chris, we'll go there when we go to see Trivium together, but I was like, I do not want a curry and then to go see a band.
No, not at all. There's a really good curry house near where I live, to be fair, though. So we can maybe go.
I'll probably come up to like the night before anyway, so.
Being in a mosh pit, it's just a
belly full of curry. Nah.
That's what I also don't get people who drink loads at like just those one night gigs. Like, I guess it's kind of not really food related anymore. But like at festivals, obviously, I'll have quite a bit to drink sometimes in the evenings and whatnot. But you're there for multiple days, and like that's part of it. Those gigs, like the one we go to Trivium, where you literally just turn up and you're there for like 3 maybe to 5 hours max.
Yeah.
The people who get absolutely hammered, I'm like, well, I just don't get it at all.
I have a beer at the beginning, and I'm like, that's it. Then water.
Yeah,
then water.
One when I arrive, and then after that, that's it.
Yeah, something to get you loose, and then enjoy it.
Yeah.
Hazel knows.
Yeah. And then like it's the like half, like 10 milliliters of water that they pass to you through the crowd, and that's your hydration.
Also, to be fair, when we go, I'll be the designated driver, whereas previously I've never been the designated driver for anything. No festivals, no concerts, nothing. I always avoided it.
I mean, Yeah.
Yeah. Do you?
I
Ross, if the support band is shit, you might get to another drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had I stayed over at a friend's place because I have a curfew here, so it's either be home by 9 or stay until 4:30. So I thought might as well stay over.
Mm.
We had a bit too much to drink, and I'd never done this before, but he just like ordered a pizza, like at like noon, and that was so good, and I can't believe I'd never thought of just shoving an entire pizza down my throat to like cure a hangover.
Like like a lunchtime pizza. Yeah, dude. Like it's fun.
Pizza at lunch. I don't know.
I mean, that's what you try and do in the evening.
Also, it wasn't even that good. But
like when we were in Manchester, that's basically what we tried to do. We just failed miserably at it.
Yeah, we tried to order at noon, and it came in at like midnight.
Yeah, it wasn't quite that bad, but it was pretty fucking bad.
It was bad.
I
We were
was
so pissed.
So bad.
Oh my! I don't think I've ever seen Chris more angry than that. Oh.
Do people have an unpopular opinion food? So like a food that is like well liked by a lot of people, but you just don't like, or
Shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie.
I don't know why I can't stand the stuff. The texture is horrible.
Yeah, I've got friends who hate mashed potatoes.
Is
so.
it shepherd and cottage pie, or is it just shepherd's pie?
Both, but like I feel like once you've got the mince and everything under the potato, once it's cooked, all of it together is just a horrible consistency.
Mm.
I like mashed potato in other things. I don't know what it is. Good.
So, there's like whenever there's like an oven dish that has potato in it, it just makes me gag, and I don't know why. I have no idea why. Whenever there's like and my mom used to keep making it. Fucking hated her for it, but I can't get a bite down, and I don't know why. I'm not a fussy eater. I'll eat anything, but as soon as someone makes an oven an oven dish that has potato in it, I just can't. What's that it's like the Greek sort of lasagna thing. What's it called?
Greek lasagna thing.
Yeah.
No,
which is basically that soup something.
I shepherd's pie isn't one of those ones though that I hate. It's one of those ones that like if it's given to me, I'll eat it, but I will not make it. Yes, you've had bad shepherd's pie. Steak is massively overrated. You've had bad steak. Yeah.
I've had my steak. I've had good steak. Good steak is really fucking good.
Pesto
Yeah, Ross
is my thing.
Yeah. Pesto.
Can't fucking stand pesto.
There's different kinds.
I know. I've tried them. Not a fan.
Is there anything specific about it that?
My first like
because it's very greasy. I can see.
No, it just it doesn't look appetizing, and I tried it, and it's just like the wrong combination of herbs that I'm like disgusting. Looks like something that comes out of baby's ass, and then I'm done with it. Like that's all I need. I don't need to have any more.
Oh
yeah.
Have you had a stew that, like most stews, look like they come out of a hungover person's ass?
Nah, stew's fine.
Unless you're shitting chunks of vegetable, mate. I don't know.
Just a fucking half a carrot.
It's a fucking miracle.
Hazel, you got any?
Yeah.
You think?
We're circling back around to a previous question. Chili.
Oh,
I don't like chili. I either find it's either like super duper spicy, or it's bland.
Mine probably leans towards the spicy end.
Mine always. Rebecca, I add. Like Rebecca will be like, "Oh, okay, dinner's ready." I'm like, "Okay, I'll take my bowl of it and add."
I think
today we don't do hot.
You don't do spicy.
We figured out today that Ross doesn't have any taste buds. He says he doesn't like steak and he doesn't like bacon.
No, it's not that he doesn't like bacon. He thinks they're overrated.
Yeah,
and
they're nice, but yeah, it's just too much hype on them.
In general, sausages tend to be better than bacon in a breakfast.
Right?
In a breakfast,
yes. Either.
In a breakfast, I'd agree. Also, not as much experience with breakfast meats as you guys would probably have.
Yeah, I
Hey,
guess
that's the thing.
English breakfast.
We don't really do breakfast like that here.
Lots of
It's like-
countries do breakfast like that here.
Yeah, nice.
No, but like cooked breakfast, or in any way, we don't really do that here often. Maybe like an egg. It's generally just like
Your average
rolls
person
or-
doesn't either.
Like,
Like,
we that's not something we have every day.
you say English breakfast, everyone knows what you're on about, but that is not
sure.
for everyone. It's not even like once a week for most people. Like,
No.
it's so much
It's like
effort.
a treat when you're out.
Yeah, it's a treat. You're more likely to buy it from a spoons than you are to make it.
Yeah, like on holiday or something
Mm.
when you're in a B&B.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Your continental breakfast, which just is basically English
Cereal.
breakfast croissants there on the
No,
side.
Yeah.
continental is just a cereal.
Croissants and jam.
Yeah, croissants.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, like English breakfast, fucking great. Too much
Yeah.
effort.
Also,
No.
like
100%.
sweet stuff as a to put on a sandwich.
What,
You have,
jam?
no, as in like, so we have the what you call it, hagelslag, which are the chocolate sprinkles that we have on a sandwich here.
It's like fairy toast in Australia.
They put hundreds and thousands on toast?
Yeah,
Okay.
yep.
Oh.
That's a
So-
thing.
Well, no, it's
So-
just chocolate. Just chocolate.
Do you put like? Are you making like a ham sandwich and then just putting chocolate on it?
No,
or is
no,
it
no.
Like
Just-
sweet
just
bread
butter, just
and.
butter. No, it's just regular bread and then butter.
Isn't that just like kind of having brioche of some kind? Like you're just having sweet bread, right? I don't think that's that strange.
Just chocolate spread, mate. Just
Yeah,
mix it
also
up.
Yeah, I guess. But then we also have like just like very sugary. I don't know what to call it even.
Do you know what you
describe it?
Kuhn? If you like those, you'd love strawberries and cream sandwiches you can get in Japan.
I
Shit,
don't
want-
think I tried one of those, but
dude, they're so good. I mean, it's exactly what you think it is.
Yeah.
It's just
Something they have in Belgium is they'll cook cook some like bits of apple,
Mm.
some brown sugar, and then have that between two slices of bread.
I mean, that's just stewed apple, which is great. Like that can.
Oh,
yeah.
you guys. Okay, so
Yeah.
apparently you guys and the Belgians.
just put applesauce
not,
in a
I
I
sandwich.
mean, I've never known it to go on a sandwich, but like we'll whack it in a pie or God knows what else.
Mm.
Or put it on like French toast or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Never had French toast. Just realised.
No, it's not. It is quite like heavy.
Eggy bread. That's-
Eggy
Eggy
bread.
bread.
Mhm.
Eggy bread. Yeah.
Maybe a weekend. That might be something I try this weekend. That'll be my. That'll be
You
my,
should do it. It's good.
Try
Good.
French toast.
Really good. Well, what do you know to do it? Rachel will do it
Yeah,
for you.
Rachel will do it.
Woody, I'll make you some. Yeah. I'm alright with this. I don't need to
Don't
put
need-
effort in.
You live at opposite ends of the country, and COVID is going on right now.
I
God.
can.
Eggy
wait.
bread is good with
I
Marmite
can
on it.
wait. It's fine.
I wouldn't put Marmite on it, but I
What I'm
wouldn't-
learning from this is
so-
that me and Ross have very similar tastes.
yeah, apparently.
Yeah, incorrect. Oh.
Wait, no,
Then-
you were against each other on the
Egg
chunky soup
fire.
thing. The chunky soup was a
Apart from the chunky soup, yeah.
Egg soup.
sriracha. I can go for.
Sriracha, sriracha on French toast.
Yeah,
What do you?
I
Can you?
see.
Probably more egg bread because I think French toast puts cinnamon on it as well.
Yeah, French toast sweetens it, whereas eggy bread is just
Egg
like-
bread.
egg, and
Yeah.
you basically just soak bread in egg and then fry it.
Right. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference. Like
Oh yeah, there is 100%.
100%.
Rach, when you come down to see Bare Naked Ladies, I will hold you to you making French toast. You gotta make French
I
toast
agree
for
with
me,
this. I'll-
Rebecca, and Chris.
I'll be there.
I thought you said I'm going to hold you while you're making French toast.
It'll be like a fucking scene from
What?
Ghost, but instead French toast.
I'm sure that was a requirement for free breakfast to do it.
Just a conga line for French toast.
Do you remember? The food in Austin was so good when we went there. There was so much good food there. The fucking barbecue and the fried chicken.
It's those two that we always come back to because unfortunately we didn't actually end up going to like a good Mexican place or anything, which is one of the things I
No,
really wanted to do, but we didn't. But
Went to IHOP though.
we went to IHOP a bunch.
Twice. What, more sober than one time was more sober than the other one, but
It was the first thing I did after getting off the plane, basically, because
yeah.
flight came in so late, you were all asleep. So we just like dropped our bags off and were starving. So we went for like a 2 a.m. IHOP.
I take it. IHOP is fine. It's like good.
Didn't you go the day after that as well?
Probably, I don't know. I don't really remember.
Met
But like Rudy barbecue was so good.
oh yeah, man, that sauce. I just bought a fucking.
You bought a bowl.
Sauce. Oh, so good.
When me and Rebecca went to Michigan, I was like, Mike was like, "Oh, are there any food places you want to try?" And I was like, "Is there an IHOP? Like, I just kind of want I just want to try an IHOP, you know, see like if they're crap or not." And he was like, "Oh no, there is one, but I'll take you somewhere else." I was like, "Right, okay." And he took me to this place called like Flapjacks, I think it was, and it was like food was fine, it was good, it was like same as IHOP sort of thing. And then like I Google mapped where the IHOP was, and I was like, "Rebecca, do you want to go here for lunch?"
It's just good. It's not like they don't do anything amazing. It's just good pancakes. And milkshakes are pretty good. Alex guzzled down like 2.
Oh my god, yes.
One of them before even our food had come out.
Yeah.
It was before all the milkshakes had come out because there were like 7 or 8 of us there. And his milkshake came out first. And before they'd managed to get around everybody bringing them out, he'd finished his and ordered another one. And the guy was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Next time we go to America, we should just go to all the like the big chain restaurants, like the IHOP, and go to what's the other one? The Cheesecake Factory and
When I was in New York, the worst place we ate was actually like Applebee's, I think it's called.
yes,
It was like the only chain place we went to eat in the 5 days we were there, and it was crap.
We should go to Wendy's and then annoy the staff with the meme.
One of the best things for me about those like breakfast places in America is like when we went, it was the idea of free refills on fucking everything. It wasn't like ingrained into our brain. So like she was like, "Oh, what do you want to drink?" And we were like, "Oh, can we just have a coffee?" And yeah, came over with the jug, poured out the jug for us, and then left the jug on the table, but like not like on the inside of the booth, like at the edge of the table. So I was like, we were sat there for like 10 minutes, like,
did she forget it?
Did she forget it? And then she came back and like, "Oh, do you need us to refill the jug?" And she picked up and she was like, "Oh, it's full." And we were like, "Oh, we can keep drinking from that."
But the same thing happened. I can't remember the name of the place that was across the road from where our
the burger place
was. Yeah, and we were just the first time we went there, we were just eating, and we like finished our drinks because we ordered just a Coke or whatever, and it came in not a pint glass but like slightly smaller. Finished it or whatever, and then the waitress just came around and took all our glasses, and we were like, "Okay, fair." And then 2 seconds later, she was back with them like fully refilled with
without
whatever.
Without asking.
Yeah, didn't ask at all, just did it. And we were like, "Oh, right, okay. Is this just going to keep happening if we don't do anything?"
Like it's so weird. I think it was, like having to like the thought of like just sort of leaving without finishing your drink was weird.
Well, you just have to cover it with something, like put a placemat on it or something, and they won't take it. Is basically what we were told. Or when they come, say no thanks. But
there was more ice in it than actual drink. But
yeah, that's true.
It was like filled to the brim with ice.
The food was really good, though.
Food was good.
It was like sliders. Man, sliders were good.
Yeah, and just the little pickle on the side. That was like that as well. Just a little pickle.
The thing I miss most about lockdown now, I think, is like going to a food place. Just going to food place, just eating.
Yeah, going to food place.
Yeah.
Somebody else cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody else cooking.
Somebody else cooking and it not be takeout.
Yes.
See, I live like
that's going home this weekend for Easter. I don't.
See, I live downtown, so whenever I walk anywhere, I come by a place that like switched to doing takeout.
Mm.
But what I've found is that just because a restaurant has good food doesn't mean they have good takeout.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all.
That is like it's day and night. Like
Mm-hmm.
your favorite restaurant can just have such shitty takeout.
They've had to change so much to adapt to it, like for places that
Yeah.
weren't doing it before.
Yeah.
So it's unsurprising, really. But man, I can't wait to go and get like a good carvery because since COVID, obviously a year ago, I had one that was one of the takeout ones, and it was crap. It was like once everything's been like packed into its like plastic containers or whatever, and you get it out the other end, it's all just like rubbish. I want to go actually go to a carvery, pile my plate high, just
even kind of just sitting in a restaurant and that vibe.
Just the atmosphere. Well, I agree.
Coffee shops as well, where they do really weird niche sandwiches.
I mean, coffee shops are still open here.
Yep, they are.
Get it?
Yep, we understand.
Yeah, I mean, like one of my favorite places here is a burger place, and they make these like huge fucking burgers, and they're all really good. But they're doing takeout now as well, and what they sort of haven't realized is that while their burgers are great and they're nice and juicy, when you stick that in a box and it's juicy, all the juices go down in the bottom of the box, and then the bottom bun is just like it just crumbles. It is just more. The bottom bun is just more grease than it's actually bread.
Yeah.
And it's just a mess. But then something's good. And that place is like great. Damn, that place is great. Cocktails as well, and has like the best fucking nachos. And just being able to like sit down in a place, order a cocktail, or just like a good beer or and a plate of nachos. That's.
I know it's going cycling back around to Austin, but and only Kuhn can really answer this. But how did you find the cinema with proper food like the Alamo?
So it was good, right? So having watching a new movie with a burger, because I ordered a burger, that was good. The one thing they messed up though was that they had the little tables, and they didn't. You couldn't move you couldn't turn the tables to have them in front of you.
Yeah, that was
there
true.
were tables there, and then they give you the plate of food, and you just be sitting there with a plate of food on your lap.
Yeah, because they were recliner chairs as well, so I was like a bit laid back when it arrived, and the tables, like you say, are fixed position, so you kind of have to sit yourself back up and like do it.
Yeah, that was a bit annoying.
Because I think it felt a bit overrated, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
Rachel's mad because she couldn't have her alcoholic shake. But the food was good. I had a pizza and an alcoholic milkshake. But Rachel was 21, so she couldn't. She was mad about it.
We got like the adult shake or something.
It kind of felt like an added thing that just kind of got in the way of the film a little bit. If it was a film I really cared about like watching fully intently, it would annoy me. We weren't watching a film like that, so it was fine. But I think it was a little bit overrated.
I think if there were tables, it would have been a lot better. Because especially with a burger, you have a plate on your lap and you have a burger that's leaking everywhere, and it's dark, so you can't really see.
Yeah,
that's coming up. So, yeah, and then the thing about the milkshakes though was when the milkshake was almost done with the milkshake,
make a
fucking makes
noise.
a shit ton of noise. So yeah,
we were there the day before Rachel's 21st. I didn't remember that it was the day before.
Yeah. She tried. She tried. She told them like. She told them it was her birthday the next day. And they wouldn't.
Don't want to risk it. I can't blame them, can you? Really?
The shots in Austin were weird.
See, I don't think that I know what you're referring to, and I think that was me being an idiot and not really ordering shots.
Really?
That was the day after, on Rachel's birthday.
Yeah, birthday.
I bought a round of shots, and what we got were like huge.
Well, not even just that, but they came in these those like shitty plastic cups. You know, the white ones. You know what I mean?
I do.
Thin ones.
The one that's like at every club, or
no. It's not a solo cup, but like the really shitty thin ones that like you'll get served coffee in sometimes.
No.
They were like bigger than I don't know. They were weird ones. They were weird. They were like chasers, and they were fucking expensive. But
they were so expensive.
But we were in a rooftop bar in the middle of Austin, so I expected it not to be cheap.
They were like little cocktails with like half a sip.
Kind of, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, and they didn't taste that alcoholic as well. They weren't that strong. Yeah.
Maybe they're just really weak in jaws.
The fact that I mean, there was so much.
I saw the price. I was like, one of them can be water. It's fine.
I just got handed tins of beer there as well in bars, which is shocking to me.
When you say handed,
as in like I ordered a beer and I just got given just a tin.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah. Weird. Really weird. I mean, it was fine, and technically, like beer is better when you keep it in a tin. Like for a lot of beers, that's better for them. Because the light doesn't get in, so you don't lose flavor. But pour it into a glass or a cup or whatever. Yeah.
Don't tend to find glasses.
And then someone threw a can off of the roof, and the bouncer came up
and leaning over the edge with the
exact same beer, and it was also leaning over the edge, and he was like, "Who did they know?" I was like, "It wasn't me, sir. Sorry." Okay.
I remember that.
Yeah. It was a night.
We went off food.
4th of July, wasn't it?
No, that wasn't 4th. Wait, was that on 4th of July? Or was that Rachel's birthday?
Rachel, it's your birthday.
Yeah. We... Oh, go on. I was just going to say, we have gone off topic, haven't we?
Yeah.
I was going to go even further off topic. But it's about the 4th of July, which I would have expected to be like this big night where like all the bars were just like completely full up on people. But it was just like any other night. Like there were even less people than the other nights, I think.
There were less than we were expecting, but it was also a Thursday.
Yeah, it's also a national holiday, right?
I don't know how it works with time.
Patriotic, like, you know?
There were plenty of people. You're saying it like it was quiet. It was not quiet by any stretch of the imagination. There were some very busy bars still, but it was like doable. It wasn't packed to the walls, but also we were in downtown Austin, so it wasn't like there was a lack of places to go. We literally, the roads were lined with bars. In lots of places, that would have been a...
Yeah, Ross, same.
We did not go into...
The fact that bars like had a like really like strict closing time at 2.
Yeah, that was surprising, but probably good for us, to be fair.
Good for us.
Yeah, because it sent us home.
I mean, fair. Yeah. Yeah. Oh well, the food was great. Food was fucking great.
Trying to get back on topic there.
Bring it back around.
Yeah.
Just say the word food and it'll be fine. God, that fucking chicken, dude. You'd bite into it and there'd just be a puddle of grease in it. It was so good. Best chicken I've ever had. God. Oh, you got to keep the cup.
That cup.
Yep.
That cup there.
That cup.
Amazing. It doesn't. Is it just like a soft drink cup, or is it like one that would actually be kept by the bar or place normally?
You get to keep it if you want. It's a thing. I didn't nick that one.
I just don't trust you anymore.
Okay, see, you can't see off screen. There's like a glass collection there. It's probably 50-50 split, to be fair.
I think I have a couple of Guinness glasses and stuff like that from Spoons. I have a pitcher, one of the large pitchers from Spoons.
Alex has a glass in his house at the moment, like his mum and dad's house, that I got acquired on New Year's and then forgot and left there. So yeah, my goddamn pint glass. Well,
I had a friend steal a candle once from a bar. One of those big, thick candles. We went outside. It was like 3-4 a.m. and he was like, "Look what I have." He stole out this fucking candle. What the fuck are you doing? It was just there. We just took it. Yeah.
Fucking candles.
Ross, it's a mixture. I have pint glasses and other glasses and bits and bobs.
Just whatever you can.
So now it may surprise you. I've never taken anything from a pub or a bar.
No, the real trick is getting a plate from spoons, because everyone recognizes those goddamn plates.
The real trick is getting a chair from spoons. Or a table.
One of our this is really off topic. One of our uni bars used spoons with numbers written on them for your orders, and obviously they just take it when it comes out. One of my mates got 69. He was like, "I've got it."
Of course, they were not getting that back. How many times do you think they've had to get a new spoon with the number 69 on it?
Why they would keep doing that? Like, surely you realised which one's been nicked, and you're like, "Okay, that's going to keep happening."
68 and 70.
Whatever's not nailed down, yeah. They're just nice glasses. I like them.
Could you imagine being a waiter though, coming up to a table that you've just put a plate of food down, and just going back and the plate just isn't there?
They just bar staff. That's taking one of the bar staff home will be much easier.
It would be much easier, yeah. You're right.
I know, crowded spoons. If you order some food, and there's enough people, and you just finish your plate, slip it into a bag.
Yeah, that's one of the glasses in there. Was just I had a bag open, and it was at the end of a brewery thing, and it's like there was a bag open on the floor, and I just like knocked the glass off the table into the bag. Exactly what you said with the plate, basically.
Yeah.
To be fair, the bar staff might be harder when it's a busy night because bar staff don't want to deal with any shit on busy night.
You offer them all the right things.
You offer them. Oh.
Yep.
Is that from experience of having tried or being tried?
Being tried.
Yeah, no, I've never tried to pick up in a spoons. Doesn't mean it hasn't happened.
Yeah, it checks out.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yep.
Sometimes, especially the guys working behind the bar, they get bored.
Yeah.
One of my mates at uni was a bartender. He picked up infinitely more women once he started working in the SU.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Yeah. Hasn't worked for me.
A bartender.
That's true. Maybe I should become a bartender.
Become a bartender, see how it works.
Because I also don't have a job. Actually, I do still, technically.
Ish.
Maybe.
For the next 5 days.
Are you still going to get that extra month's pay? We're way off topic.
Yeah, I actually am. Yeah, I hope nobody's watching because they might still. Yeah.
Don't worry.
They haven't told me anything.
They're not.
They haven't said anything yet. So basically, like here, if they don't let you know in writing or like through an email that your contract isn't being like extended, if they don't let you know within a month, they have to pay you for like an extra month's pay, and that's like it's like for each day, right? Like up to a month. And yeah, it's in 5 days, and they haven't let me know. They haven't told me anything. They haven't sent me anything. So
you're hoping. You're holding out.
He's got at this point.
Yeah, we've got most of it, and they don't have a leg to stand on because if they say no, then I say, well, say that to a judge, and boom.
Yeah,
it's like extra money. There you go. Which leaves me with more money to buy food. Full circle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You brought it back. You brought it back.
See, that's why I'm technically the host. Am I? Not really at this point, am I?
Nah. It's sort of just whoever.
We voted for it. It's official. This is democracy. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be overturned. It's fine.
Yeah. We should probably wrap it up there.
Yeah.
We've been
stream says an hour and 42.
Yeah,
so.
coming up.
Wrap it up. Get it? Food wrapped.
Yeah.
Like the hash brown wraps.
Hash brown wraps.
Hash brown wraps. Hash brown
Try
wrapped
one.
up.
Try one. Get some hash. Make some hash browns. Put it in a wrap. Brown sauce. Go.
You know what? If you can tell me where I can buy brown sauce here,
I'll post you some. No, I've posted stuff across the country.
Please don't. It shouldn't exist.
It's more to post it than to buy the brown sauce.
It's disgusting.
You probably would, yeah.
Right. Well, we thank you for watching, everyone. We will speak to you soon. I imagine we'll be streaming
2 weeks.
sometime. Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
At least in 2 weeks.
Podcast in 2 weeks.
We'll be doing the podcast in 2 weeks. We'll probably be streaming something later this week for you.
Rach and I might be doing another Spiritfarer tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Nice
Tomorrow.
chill stream.
Nice, chill.
Don't forget
Chill Thursdays.
Yeah,
join our
if you
Discord and subscribe and
Have a little-
follow.
yeah,
Or YouTube.
go find our
now.
YouTube channel. Yeah, we post
Yeah.
all of our streams on there. Hopefully, some soon-ish we'll have some highlight videos and stuff. And yeah, it's just
Making promises now.
make it soon-ish. I haven't given a date. It's fine. It's fine. I can take my
It's
sweet
fine.
fucking time.
That's gonna happen though.
It's gonna happen. That's fine. I'm already like halfway through one of them. It's all good. It's all good.
You're not the one,
So-
are you?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
There you go. That's fine then. You're promising your own work.
Yeah,
That's fine.
exactly. Yeah. I know what I
So-
can promise.
There was a Spiritfarer video went up today because it surprised me by appearing on my dash, and I was like, "That's my face on my YouTube." Why is that there?
You weren't expecting. Yeah.
Yeah.
We raiding.
Graham's
Yeah.
still raiding, so we'll
Graham's going.
raid our good friend Graham.
Mhm.
He's doing some Gundam.
Yeah, he's doing a Gundam build.
Oh, it's Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, of course he is.
Yeah.
Fucking
It's Gundam
nerds.
days.
Yeah. We will send you over to him, and
Mhm.
yeah, we will see you possibly tomorrow.
Hopefully tomorrow. Check it. Like keep an eye on medias,
Yeah.
so you know.
Goodbye.
Bye.